Now.
Right now, a widening race for U.S. Senate. We'll break down what we learned from today's newest Marquette Law School poll.
Plus, charges have now been filed against former Packers wide receiver Devonte Adams. What punishment he's facing straight ahead. News 3 Now at 10 starts right now. Thank you for joining us tonight. A new Marquette University poll just released today, giving us an updated look at the two big statewide races on the ballot next month that could shape the state for years to come.
For governor, among likely voters, we're still seeing an incredibly close race. Incumbent Governor Tony Evers leads challenger Tim Michels 47-46, a small tightening from what we saw in last month's numbers. Now, in the Senate race, the gap widens just a bit. It has grown in that race between Ron Johnson and challenger Mandela Barnes.
Current Republican Senator Ron Johnson now holding a lead of 6 points among likely voters over Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes. But as Armand Rahman finds, undecided voter turnout could still be the deciding factor.
That's right, guys. Now, it's among likely voters that Johnson leads by 6 points in the poll. Among registered voters, it's a dead tie between the two. The candidates have to find a way to break through that divide to the 9% who said they were independent.
Most of this change comes from shifts among independents, and those independents have shifted a bit more in the Senate race.
Next month, experts say candidates have to appeal to those voters who have yet to decide.
Independents put public schools first, inflation second, and gun violence third. So the parties are kind of talking past one another. The independents are a little bit in on the conversation.
Market poll director Charles Franklin says for Republicans, this election is about inflation, illegal immigration, and crime. In last week's Senate debate, Senator Johnson took issue with his opponent's stance on reducing the prison population.
One of the issues is we're not keeping criminals in jail. And Lieutenant Governor, was, when he was in the legislature, wrote the bill to eliminate cash bail. That is one of the methods that we can use to make sure the dangerous criminals stay in jail.
Meanwhile, Franklin says Democrats this November are focused on gun violence, public schools, and abortion. Barnes is focused on Johnson's reaction to the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
He said that if women don't like the laws of their state, like the 1849 criminal abortion ban we have here, he said they can move. I can't think of a more callous, out of touch, or extreme position to take. If I were in the U.S. Senate, I would absolutely vote to codify Roe versus Wade to protect the right to an abortion.
Ultimately, Franklin says both candidates still have time to campaign to get those independent voters out to the polls for their side.
This is part of the story of polarization in our politics, that we see our candidates as rather far to the left or the right compared to where we see ourselves.
Now, this poll is a night and day shift from the poll conducted in August, right after the primary election, where Barnes led Johnson by 7 points.
And a reminder, this Friday, Governor Evers will take on Tim Michels in their first and only televised debate before next month's election. It will be held right here in the News 3 Now studio. You can see it live on air starting at 7 p.m., as well as a live stream on channel3000.com.
Some pop-up severe weather today. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has a look at what's next in our first warn forecast. Gary?
Yeah, that was a line of showers that came through around noontime and spawned a couple of brief tornado touchdowns in southeastern Wisconsin. The time-lapse from the WISC-TV sky cam shows clouds this morning, then some sunshine, and then those showers moved through the Madison area about 11 o'clock, 10:30 to 11. Didn't produce any severe weather here, but as they moved off to the east, they did produce that severe weather in southeastern Wisconsin. Then we had sunshine during the afternoon, and another line of gusty showers moved through during the evening hours. But now those showers are out over Lake Michigan, and right now across southern Wisconsin, it looks like the last of the showers are pretty much over with. 6-hour future track radar shows maybe a couple of sprinkles up in the northern parts of the area, but that's about it. High temperatures today, lower 60s when we did have some sunshine, but you can see the peak wind gusts right now still gusting to 35 to 40 miles per hour over parts of far southern Wisconsin. Those wind gusts will gradually die down overnight. Current temperatures 50 in Madison, mainly in the 40s to the north and to the west. Across Dane County, we're seeing temperatures from 48 in Cross Plains, 46 in the town of Prairie, to 50 in Deerfield out to the east. Look for skies to become partly cloudy overnight. It'll be colder with a low of 41. Tomorrow and Friday will be chilly with high temperatures only in the upper 40s to around 50 and maybe an afternoon shower. Later on, we'll take a look at a forecast that shows even colder weather on the way for early parts of next week.
All right, Gary, thank you. In Waukesha County today, the weather caused the Christmas parade trial of Darrell Brooks to adjourn early. Tornado warnings and severe weather forced the courtroom to seek shelter this afternoon before the judge sent everyone home earlier than usual. The court is expected to start earlier tomorrow morning and end later tomorrow night to make up for that lost time. A Sun Prairie teacher now facing federal charges accused of recording students in a school bathroom. According to a federal indictment filed today, 34-year-old Matthew Quaglieri is charged with 3 counts of child pornography production. Last week, the Sun Prairie Police Department said it happened at Prairie View Middle School, where he taught. The district suspended him during the investigation. A jury in Connecticut has awarded nearly $1 billion to Sandy Hook families and a first responder. The 15 plaintiffs will get $965 million from conspiracy theorist and talk show host Alex Jones and his company. They sued for defamation over his false claims that the 2012 school shooting was a hoax. 20 children and 6 adults were killed in that mass shooting. Jones' attorney says he will appeal that verdict.
Former Packers wide receiver Devonte Adams now being charged with misdemeanor assault for pushing a photographer after Monday Night Football. Video shows Adams heading to the locker room when the photographer crossed in front of him. That's when Adam pushes the man to the ground. He apologized during post-game remarks in the locker room and on Twitter. A court appearance is scheduled for November 10th. Tomorrow, we are looking ahead to the first public hearing from the January 6th committee since July. Here's what we can expect. There will not be witnesses appearing in person this time. However, the hearing will feature new testimony and evidence, and multiple sources say it will serve as a closing argument ahead of the November midterms. First Lady Jill Biden spending much of today in Milwaukee. She arrived this afternoon at General Mitchell International Airport. From there, she went to the Washington Park Senior Center to deliver remarks to the Milwaukee Teachers Education Association. Afterwards, she met with students, parents, and educators at West Side Academy.
A new temporary men's shelter is opening tomorrow in Madison. Crews have worked to convert the former thrift store on Zaire Road since February. It'll have space for as many as 200 men. Community development leaders say while the space is temporary, it's still nicer and better suited to help people than the old Fleet Services building on First Street. Around the state, authorities say 2 people died, 6 injured after a bus rolled over and caught fire on an interstate highway ramp in Milwaukee. The crash happened just after 5 this morning on the Mitchell Exchange ramp. Police say the bus became engulfed in flames after it rolled over. The conditions of those hospitalized is not known.
2 weeks ago today, people in Florida were hunkered down when Hurricane Ian slammed the Gulf Coast as a Category 4 storm. A lot of people from Wisconsin went down in the days that followed to help clean up. The Red Cross says they have about 40 volunteers from the state currently helping with that cleanup from Ian. They say typically volunteers go down for a 2-week assignment. That means the first wave of volunteers will soon start to make their way back to Wisconsin, and more people will head down after that.
I've seen a lot of disasters from Katrina to Harvey. I would say that this is probably one of our top 5 disasters that the Red Cross has responded to. All the residents are trying to get back in, pick up their lives, and find out what's left of their homes.
It wasn't just Red Cross volunteers who went there from Wisconsin. A convoy of utility crews from here and across the upper Midwest went down too.
Next tonight, the UN General Assembly overwhelmingly approving a resolution telling Russia its annexation of 4 Ukrainian zones is illegal and not valid. That vote, 143 nations in favor, 5 against. 35 countries did not take part in that vote. The UN Secretary General said Russia's actions have no place in our modern world. And a mega yacht linked to a sanctioned Russian oligarch dropped its anchor in Hong Kong. It was first spotted there late last week. The Nord, a 466-foot yacht, is said to be one of the world's largest. The move comes amid efforts by the West to seize luxury assets owned by Russian elites in allied ports as the war in Ukraine continues. And new tonight, we have an update on former U.S. Marine Paul Whalen, who is imprisoned in Russia. Whalen was able to call his parents today for only the 2nd time in nearly a month. That's according to his brother, who says Paul was moved to a prison hospital last month for an unknown reason. Whalen was sentenced to 16 years in prison in 2018 on espionage charges. U.S. officials denounced the trial as unfair and says he is wrongfully detained. Still ahead tonight, backed by popular demand, the Culver's Curter Burger.
Plus, unveiling a new mural on the UW campus. We'll tell you about it when we come back.
It's A1 Furniture's anniversary sale with up to 43% off store-wide and 43 months free financing. Plus, get tax included on purchases over $9.99. Huge selection in stock now at A1 Furniture.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store. Join us at the Madison Fall Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Visit and get inspired for your 2023 building and remodeling projects. Go to MadisonParadeOfHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
The women I see have been through brutal, unimaginable things. I'll never understand why politicians like Ron Johnson make it so hard for women. He supported the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade, outlawing abortion in Wisconsin. Even for victims of rape and incest, abortion is criminalized in Wisconsin. Doctors can be prosecuted. My most vulnerable patients will have nowhere to turn. Ron Johnson doesn't care about us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know it needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. The Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy providers are working together to help keep your heat and power on. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here.
Habitat Restore is full of great finds at great prices for a great cause. With a unique inventory of high-quality, low-cost goods, you can save money and feel good about your purchase. Shop Restore Dane County today.
Most senators couldn't tell you the cost of a gallon of milk. Thanks, Ruben. Or how much beef has gone up this year. But I'm not like most senators or any of the other millionaires running for Senate. My mom was a teacher and my dad worked third shift. I know how hard you work. And I know that by bringing manufacturing home, we create jobs and we lower costs. If we want to change Washington, we got to change the people we send there. I'm Mandela Barnes and I approve this message.
Don't miss A1 Furniture's anniversary sale. Save up to 43% off name brand mattresses and get 43 months free financing. Plus, get tax included on purchases over $9.99. Huge selection in stock now at A1 Furniture.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Laverne Cox is here.
Am I still going to be desirable being an aging sex symbol?
Plus, Jacob Collin.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. For the first time in nearly a year, you can once again get your hands on a Culver's Curder Burger. But unlike last year, this time around, you will have a couple of weeks to give it a try. You may remember the Curder Burgers were only available for one day last October, and most Madison area restaurants ran out within just a few hours. Now you can get it for the rest of the month or while supplies last. Next at 10, a pretty cool event happening today at the Discovery Building on the UW campus.
They're unveiling a new mural showing off a combination of science and art. It's one of a series of events going on all over the state this week for Science Week. The mural contains a number of hidden discoveries, including QR codes, which send you to a variety of informational websites. The links will be updated periodically to keep the mural engaging.
But what these QR codes really allow for is it allows for viewers to make their own discoveries and their own connections as they interact closely with this mural over time. And using QR codes also gives UW as an institution the chance to feature dynamic material to highlight scientific education or feature members of its own research community.
Also tonight, the 2022 Biz Awards with Dane by Local. News 3 Now's Josh Sprider was tonight's MC, held at the Holy Wisdom Monastery. Tonight's event was an opportunity to recognize and celebrate those who are doing great things in the community and for Dane by Local.
Microsoft unveiling its most expensive Surface computer yet. The new 28-inch Surface Studio 2 Plus desktop computer is going to set you back around $4,300. It also has an updated display, cameras, microphones, processor, as well as on-screen drawing capabilities. Along with this new desktop, Microsoft unveiled several other Surface Pro tablets and laptop models. United Airlines plans to expand its transatlantic flying next summer. United's summer 2023 schedule will include 3 new destinations: Dubai, Malaga, Spain, and Stockholm, Sweden. The airline said its transatlantic schedule is 10% larger compared to 2022 and 30% more than in 2019.
Starbucks customers can now earn Delta Delta Sky Miles, the coffee chain partnering with Delta Airlines and awarding 1 mile for every $1 spent at Starbucks. As an additional perk, on days members are scheduled to fly Delta, they'll earn double stars or rewards points on their Starbucks orders. The brands have 2 of the most popular loyalty programs in the U.S. NASA sets a new launch attempt date for the Artemis 1 mission from Kennedy Space Center at Cape Canaveral. It'll be Monday, November 14th. The uncrewed mission is just the start of a program that aims to return people to the moon. Getting this first mission off the ground, though, has been a trying endeavor. A series of issues, including a faulty sensor, a fuel leak, and severe weather have caused NASA to abandon previous launches. New tonight, check this out. Elon Musk is now promoting a new product. It's a bit unusual. The billionaire took to social media to showcase his new venture into the fragrance business. Musk is selling a perfume named, there you see it, Burnt Hair, on his Boring company website. Boring is the name of his tunneling company. The site describes the perfume as, quote, the essence of repugnant desire.
A winner has been crowned in this year's Fat Bear Week contest in Alaska's Katmai National Park and Preserve. The 2022 champion, a bear known by the number 747. Is marking his second victory in 3 years. This contest is a week-long celebration of bears gorging themselves on salmon at the preserve in preparation for winter hibernation. And here's meteorologist Gary Canalti.
How do you top that?
He knows how to get ready for winter.
You gave me this look, and I was like, I'm not going to touch this with a 10-foot pole.
That bear knows how to get ready for winter. We had almost like pop-up storms today. It was almost spring-like.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of interesting. Very similar to what happened, I think, 5 years ago in 2017. We had a line of showers roll on through, and there was a brief tornado touchdown on East Washington Avenue. I think it took out a part of a car wash and caused some damage there. Today, most of the severe weather is just outside of our viewing area through Waukesha County into Walworth County and then areas to the south and east. But there were several tornado reports, including one near Whitewater, a funnel reported there that appeared to be touching the ground, but also Elkhorn, Burlington, Franksville, Brown Deer, and Pewaukee also had brief tornado touchdowns. Nothing as far as major damage is concerned. These other dots indicate high wind reports. Mitchell Field, Milwaukee had a 59-mile-an-hour wind gust, and just east of there, winds gusted to 73 miles per hour. But now, the last of the second batch of showers that rolled on through with some gusty winds this evening, now out over Lake Michigan. Southern Wisconsin appears to be free of precipitation. You can see the line that came through this afternoon already east of Michigan. That's how fast that line is moving. So whenever you have a fast-moving line of even showers, you don't even need thunderstorms. You can get some strong winds. And that second line, just as quick, moving out over Lake Michigan now. It was around here around 6 o'clock. But as we take a look at 3 things you need to know in our forecast, it'll be colder for tomorrow and Friday, maybe a couple of afternoon showers each day. Dry weather starts this weekend and lasts through next week, but another shot of cold air arrives early next week. High temperatures, lower 40s on Monday, mid-40s on Tuesday, and nighttime low temperatures will be in the upper 20s for Monday night and Tuesday night. High temperatures today ahead of the cold front in the 60s to the north and west. Those were in the 50s, and that's the colder weather that's heading in our direction. Tomorrow, the clouds will have a lot to do with it as well. And there's a big area of low pressure aloft. Notice the jet stream winds just kind of circulating around it. So that's driving these fronts eastward very quickly. When you get some of those strong winds aloft that get pushed down to the ground in the falling rain showers, that's how you get the strong winds near the ground. But the cold front is off to our east. This trough of low pressure also east of us now, so things are drying out, but still kind of windy and chilly across the northern part of the Midwest. Wisconsin right now seeing temperatures mainly in the 40s. Madison, Milwaukee, the exceptions, but those temperatures will continue to drop. Compared to 24 hours ago, Madison's down 13 degrees, but to the north and west, those temperatures down about 20 to 25 degrees. And that cold air continues to head in our direction. You can see on future track, mainly northern portions of the Midwest seeing showers, but there also could be some flakes of snow mixed in as well. Tomorrow, high temperature 47, breezy and colder, maybe an afternoon shower. Planning your day for tomorrow, 47 Madison, 48 in Mount Vernon with variably cloudy skies and a slight chance for an afternoon shower. 47 in Janesville, 48 La Crosse, and 48 for the high in Prairie du Chien. On future track, you can see tomorrow afternoon a few spotty showers. We clear out tomorrow night, and then those temperatures drop off to near freezing on early Friday morning. And then Friday, we see a couple more pop-up showers, mainly afternoon and into the early evening hours. Then those head off to the east, skies clear out, and we do it all over again. And the rain is not going going to amount to very much, less than a tenth of an inch in most areas. 7 to 10 day forecast, temperatures around 50 for the weekend, and then you see next week that big drop in temperatures early in the week. By the end of the week, we're back up in the mid-50s.
Gary, thank you. Coming up, the Jim Leonard era, 1-0, thanks to that blowout win at Northwestern. Zach and Jim Polzine break down how it happened and what's next for Wisconsin in the Badger Blueprint.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
With Pick and Save Fresh Perks, it's easy to get lower than low prices for the win. You also earn fuel points on every purchase to save big at the pump. Pick and Save Fresh Perks. All you do is win big savings. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Upgrade any space and maximize storage with great closet systems at Menards. Make your storage your own with Dakota Closets. They feature a great selection of custom sizes and styles to match your specific needs. Dakota Closets are easy to set up and are great for hanging clothes and storing accessories in any room of your house. Save 11% on all Dakota Closets right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
My school does active shooter drills every few months. It's terrifying to think about.
Tim Michaels wants to allow teenagers my age to buy AR-15s with no waiting period.
It's a terrible idea.
It's a really bad idea.
And Michaels wants to allow people to bring loaded guns on our school grounds. And that's just not okay.
I don't want guns in my school. We shouldn't be making things worse.
Tim Michaels is just way too radical.
He's way too divisive. Tim Michaels is wrong for Wisconsin.
In a recent clinical study,
patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity,
using less or a lot less oral pain medicines,
and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
With Choice Hotels, there's always a reason to book it. Whatever your reason, save 20% when you stay 2 or more nights at participating locations. Book direct at choicehotels.com. Terms and conditions apply.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland,
as in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
That really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious. Nice.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Looking for one of our most capable Ford SUVs? Okay, great. We've got you covered. Spacious interiors, innovative tech, good looks, and a legendary off-road experience. Check out our inventory today, or let us help you place a custom order. Getting into the perfect Ford SUV? Well, it's easier than ever. Yeah, we've got you covered. Now choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge and get 0% financing for 66 months.
With the Pick and Save app, no matter where you order free pickup, you get the same great deals as you get in our stores. So start your cart today.
Whenever, wherever.
Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
You should have confidence when you step off that bus that you have the right plan, you have the right guys, you're going to put them in position to have success. So, to me, when I woke up this morning, it was a great feeling.
That feeling probably got better as the game went on, too. He's Jim Polzine from the Wisconsin State Journal. I'm Zach Hanley, and this is the Badger Blueprint. In his first game as Wisconsin's head coach, everything worked for Jim Leonard. The defense forced 3 turnovers and held Northwestern to 7 points, while the offense put on one of their best performances to date on tape. And the best part, the Badgers got back to the win column.
I wouldn't call it relief. I'll call it like a sign of hope or like a light, because at the moment, we weren't even coming close to playing like our best football. and now we put it out there a little bit, so it felt great.
We needed a win. Our team needed a win. I've said it all week, and kind of just boost your confidence back, get back in the win column. It felt amazing, and I'm sure Coach Leonard felt amazing. Just everyone. It's funny, winning solves a lot of problems.
This was a must-win for the program after everything that happened last week, and they came out, and Jim, they responded in a big way.
Yeah, I can only imagine what would have happened had they lost last week. Had they followed that real tough week emotionally with another loss, you're even in a bigger hole. So I think to come out and have a positive experience, certainly get the win was huge.
So the Jim Leonard era begins with a win after a week that Leonard described as unique. And his message to the team was that this is still Paul Chryst's team, and we're all in this together. Leonard got them to rally, he got them to respond, and never made this week about him or his opportunity.
We know it's hard on him, and he had a lot to handle this week, and he did an amazing job of it. And obviously, it was a lot different for us. But we were able to respond, and I think that says a lot about our team.
We're gonna have bigger ones ahead. We're gonna have more challenges, but I gain a lot of confidence from the people around me, and just seeing the look in their eyes and the confidence they have in me, and just trying to feed back off of that and give it back to them.
He's handled this perfectly. Everything is about the team and the players, and not him or his dream job.
Yeah, there's two things I liked what he did last week, and one of them was he let players and coaches just get out of the building early in the week and deal with their emotions and not start the X's and O's and scheme stuff too soon. And then, the fact that he made Paul Chryst firing a rallying cry instead of, just ignoring it, I thought was huge. He was transparent with his players. He said, all right, I know you hurt because your old coach is gone, but let's rally around this. Let's build off of it.
The Wisconsin passing attack had its best performance of the season. Graham Mertz threw for 299 yards and 5 touchdowns. 3 of them were to Chimere Dike, who caught 10 passes for 185 yards. All career highs, and the career day was something both saw coming.
I knew that I was going to have some opportunities coming to the week, maybe not as many as I was fortunate to get, but I want to take advantage of them that I got, and I think I did a good job of that.
Like, Jim, you're about to go crazy. Like, you're going to have a heyday tomorrow, and I mean, we talked about it, visualized it, and he went out and did it. I mean, it's kind of weird to you feel like you're replaying something when you do it because you've done it so many times during the week. But, I mean, I'm proud of that guy.
Those two made sure to give props to the offensive line, and that was probably their best performance of the season, too.
And a needed one. That line had been maligned, very maligned the last couple weeks. I thought they bounced back, gave Mertz a lot of time. I thought DK, ran some great routes over the middle. And Mertz was good. Struggled a little bit early, made a couple throws that he probably wants back, but really got better as the game went on and was pretty sharp.
Another big-time performance came from Kamoy Latu. The Big Ten's Defensive Player of the Week, got his first 2 picks of his career, and now finally has bragging rights over the rest of the Badger safeties.
I love it. I love seeing him make plays, and we were giving him crap this week that he didn't have an interception yet, so he jumped to the top of the list now, so he got us back for that one.
We'll joke around about it, every week, every day. We'll be like, do you have a pick, Moy? And I'll be like, man, one day I'll get one. But so, I'm fortunate and blessed, we trusted Coach Leonard's game plan, came out today with 2 picks.
And coming up, it's on to Michigan State. Why stopping the run will be key for Wisconsin. More Badger Blueprint after the break.
Hy-Vee Red Hot deals are super hot this Monday through Thursday. Hy-Vee butter, only $1.48. Kellogg's cereal, only 99 cents. And Gala apples, only 49 cents a pound. Monday through Thursday at Hy-Vee.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs. Jam out on the strength machines and get down with some dumbbells. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 14th.
The Internet of Things is evolving, creating the Internet of You. And Spectrum, America's leading internet and mobile provider, is bringing you seamless connectivity across all your devices. Introducing Spectrum One, Spectrum Internet with speeds of 300 megabits, advanced Wi-Fi, and Spectrum Mobile Unlimited, all for just $49.99 a month. Call 833-673-4999. Spectrum Internet delivers speeds up to a gig with over 99.9% network reliability. Advanced Wi-Fi provides enhanced security and privacy privacy that automatically blocks threats to protect all of your devices. And Spectrum Mobile gives you unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G and the most reliable service coast to coast. Switch now. Call 833-673-4999. At Spectrum, it's not just about connecting things, it's about connecting you. Get it all with Spectrum One, Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and one line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for $49.99 a month. Call 833-673-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
Reducing prison populations is now sexy. Reducing prison populations is now sexy.
Sexy? Mandela Barnes's administration has released over 800 criminals, including 44 child rapists. That's not sexy. It's terrifying. And as a mother, I don't want Mandela Barnes anywhere near the Senate. From defunding our police to releasing predators, Mandela Barnes is a threat to Wisconsin families.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
He has his grandfather's smile.
Her mother's eyes.
My cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease.
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
Hy-Vee Red Hot deals are super hot this Monday through Thursday. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Sirloin Fillets, only $1.99 each. Folgers Coffee, only $5.99. And Cheez-It Snack Crackers, only 99 cents. Monday through Thursday at Hy-Vee.
Madison schools get playground makeovers Thursday at 6.
The win is nice, but as Leonard said on Monday, now we have to do it again. And that starts with a trip to Michigan State to take on a team that's lost 4 straight. The Spartans are in the bottom 4 in just about every offensive and defensive category in league play. But Leonard knows success for his defense starts with stopping the run.
Physical, right? They're no-nonsense guys. They stretch and they cut, they get vertical, and they put pressure on the defense. So we have to be clean. You know, it's a good test for our defense.
Stop the run and get them to that 3rd and long, you know, to give our defense opportunities to get takeaways. So I think that's the biggest thing coming up this week is stopping the run.
Michigan State hasn't been able to do much of anything lately. Jim, does Wisconsin keep it that way?
Yeah, I think so. Should mention that old friend Jalen Berger plays for the Spartans now, so that's one storyline going into the game. I think Wisconsin wins this game. The reason I like Wisconsin is that Michigan State is dead last in passing defense. They're giving up almost 300 yards per game. I'm sure Graham Mertz and Chimeri Dika have to be, licking their chops this week. I say Wisconsin 24, Michigan State 17.
Each day, Jim Leonard becomes more comfortable in his new role with his team. That should scare Wisconsin's opponents. Badgers do it again and win by double digits. And that's it for this week's Badger Blueprint. Thanks for watching.
And we're all out of time tonight.
Yeah, chilly out there. It's 50 and temperatures continue to drop.
Thanks for joining us for News You're Now at 10.
Do something good. We'll see you back here tomorrow.